Good morning, friends. Lindsay with the Restoration Project, and I wanted to talk this morning about something that can either really positively or really negatively impact your personal and professional relationships, and that is unwritten rules and unsaid expectations. We all have them, we all carry them, and the more we can communicate them and get them out on the table, we will improve our friendships, our spousal relationships, our work relationships, all of it, I promise. Because I will tell you a couple stories. So in my own marriage, whenever we have a project, a home project, I'm expecting that once we start it, it's going to be done within a couple of days because I don't like mess and disorder. And my husband, on the other hand, he might think that the end of the project is, this is going to take us a couple months. And we learned the hard way that we weren't communicating about that very well. And it caused a lot of stress and tension, obviously. And you start to learn these things over time as you spend time with people, but I think if we can get better at just laying some of these things out on the table, what do you expect? What do you need? In any household, there are unwritten rules. So we were talking with some friends the other day about putting empty cereal boxes back in the pantry. Like, that's a no-no, because then I don't know to go to the store and get you more cereal. And then we're out of cereal and everybody's mad. So there's just stuff like that it's so important to talk through. And transitioning to the workplace, man, this happens all the time, right? We all grow up in different families. We all have different experiences that form what is and what isn't okay in the workplace. And we're not very good when we onboard people about telling them what those unsaid expectations or unwritten rules are. And every culture is different. And so it's so important. I've watched people transition from a very corporate environment to more of an entrepreneurial environment. And even the way that we assess and execute projects is so different. But without actually talking that through, it just would break down and we would be arguing and couldn't get to consensus on things. Decision making is another one. Who makes the decision? How do we make the decisions? There's so many unwritten rules and unsaid expectations around client experience. How soon are we supposed to be answering an email? What about a phone call? How can we prioritize our day so we know what is okay to let slide and what cannot slide, and then there's just team dynamics. How do we talk to each other? How do we show up for each other? When can we take vacations and breaks, and when is it not okay because it's busy season? Getting that stuff out there is so important. I have a team that I work with they're very militaristic, for lack of a better way to put it, but they work hard and they play hard, and they just tell people when they come on board, hey, this is going to be the hardest job that you've probably ever had. We really push each other, but we also love to win and we love to celebrate, and we're going to have fun too. But just putting that out there and then explaining what that means. What does work hard mean? Am I expected to work after hours? Am I expected to work on the weekends? Is it transaction by transaction? Those kind of conversations, we often make assumptions that people know what we know, and they don't. And it causes so much stress and confusion and tension and breakdown of relationships that we don't need. So I would highly encourage you, whether it's in your personal or professional life, both, that you sit down with those who are close to you on a regular basis and just talk through what's going well and what's not going well. What worked and what didn't work this last quarter, so that you can continue to evolve communication styles, decision making, expectations, and really create that healthy dynamic within your home, your community, your team, whatever that might be. Get out there, talk to each other, ask questions, get those unsaid expectations and unwritten rules out on the table so that you can save yourself a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and improve your overall performance in life. Take care, friends.